Hey, welcome back to Confidence in Christ with Kayla. Today we are in Luke chapter 3, verse 23. Now Jesus himself was about 30 years old when he began his ministry. I don't know about you, but it seems like when I look at people who are, successful or just feel more established, they don't start until they're in their 30s, sometimes 40s or later. And it gives me confidence in knowing that we don't have to have it all figured out when we're young. We can be older and just now be starting to figure out what God has planned for us. It reminds me of in Bible times, back in the Old Testament when people used to live to be 800 or 900 years old. Can you imagine having it all figured out when you're 30? You have way more life ahead of you. Now, today's day, we don't live that long, obviously. But for us, in our culture, we're supposed to have it all figured out by the time we're 18, 20 years old. Know where you're going to go to college, know what you're supposed to do with your life, know if you want to get married. When Jesus himself didn't start his ministry until he was 30. He was the Son of God. He knew exactly what he was here to do and what his plan and mission was. But he didn't start until he was 30. It gives me hope that, once again, I don't have to have it all figured out, and I can just wait on God to tell me as I grow and mature even more that God's got a plan for me, and I might not even be able to see the whole plan yet, and that's okay. So if you're young and you're just worried about, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life, that's okay. Just keep hard after God, and he will direct you. If you're older, then great. God has got such great things planned for you. Again, just keep your eyes on Jesus. And if he asks you to shift in what you're doing, then do it, because that might be what this whole thing has been leading up to. I look back over the years and I see how God had me do different things. One time in my business, I had to public speak and I thought I was going to throw up. I was so nervous. And now I look back and he had me do that 4 or 5 times over the course of 5 years. And now I can easily public speak, and I can see why. I'm starting to get little glimpses of man, God's got this whole ministry thing planned for me, and he's just been building me up over the years, practicing for what my true calling is. So don't feel like you have to have it all figured out. Have faith and confidence in God that he is bringing all things around. He's doing them all for your good and for his glory. And you don't have to have it all figured out at any point in your life. We just have to trust Jesus and follow hard after him and trust his plan.